It's live. It's on the air right now. The D-Toxd Digest podcast. The podcast that'll give you insights into life so that you can make every moment matter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey, and welcome to episode number 5. That means that I can count on all the fingers on one hand. That's 5, episode 5 of the D-Toxd Digest podcast. Our podcast where we give you insights into life so that you can make every moment matter. And today is quite a special day because I'm joined by someone very special, and he is the other half of D-Toxd.
Hello.
He has a voice. But what we thought we'd do in today's episode is just kind of like give you a little insight so that you can get to know us a little bit better. So we've both randomly written down a few questions that we're going to ask each other. So it's kind of like, imagine if we were on like the Dr. Phil or Oprah show and we had like a special guest star and we were interviewing them. That's what we want to do today. So I'm going to introduce you first. This is Jeroen. He is my business partner and best friend. And together we run our retreat out here in Spain, where we help people do all things around healthy living. It's a lot of fun when you work with your best friend, but it's also sometimes hard work because you have to be able to argue and still be friends afterwards. But after quite a few years of working together, I can put my hand on my heart and say that we are closer friends than we have ever been. So I'm really excited to do this with you, and I hope that you enjoy it. So I'm going to hand you over to Jeroen, and he's going to say hello and start it off with the first question.
Hello. So you have to know one thing, like we normally over prepare and then get too nervous to do anything. So what we've done today is we wrote down a few questions for each other just for you to get to know us a bit better. So it's possible that with this intro that you just had, that some of the questions have already been answered. But I'm going to ask them anyway. What's your name?
Oh, it depends on the day that you ask me.
Today.
My name is Gareth.
And what is your age, sir?
That's telling private information. Like, people don't want
Good
to
to
know.
It's good to know. It's good to know.
I am 45 years old, believe it or not. I may not act like it, but I'm soon to be 46. Nearly my birthday. Bum, bum, bum.
Do you have kids?
Well, kids are baby goats, but I have children.
Are they?
A kid is a baby goat.
Oh. I learn something new every day.
I do. I have 2 children. I have a son who is 25 years old this year, and I have a daughter who is going to be 21. It's very exciting, isn't it?
Do they have any kids, in other words?
Oh, and I'm a granddad.
Are you?
Who's your granddaddy? Yeah, I have a little grandson. His name is Alexander, and he will be 1 in just over a week. So, yeah, that's my foray into the child adventure.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, what's my favorite color? It used to be black. Everything was black in my life. Like my heart and my soul. No, I'm joking. My favorite color is probably blue.
And what do you do for a living?
I talk on microphones like this, and I help.
All day, every day.
Yeah. Welcome to this radio show. What do I do for a living? I run a retreat with you, duh. That's what we said. But I like to cook for people. I enjoy cooking for people. That's my main task at the retreat. But I love spending time with people, and I think that we have the best job in the whole wide world.
Now, this question already also has been answered, same as previous one, but still they got a bit more of an insight of what it is that you do. So, where do you live?
I live in Spain at my house. I live in a village called Benissa, which is in Spain. It's really, really cool. It's one of the oldest villages in Spain. and I just love it here. It's like being in the countryside, and I don't have to talk to anyone because they all talk Spanish, so that means I can't communicate, which is just as well for them, probably.
That was going to be my next question. If you like it. But you like it.
I like it a lot.
It a lot. Do you have a favorite TV program?
I do have a favorite TV program. Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race. I love drag queens because I think that they are so inspirational in the way that they approach things in their life, things that they've been through, and I absolutely love their creativity. And there's another one that's similar to Drag Race. It's called Dragula, and I like that one because it's like got monsters in it.
And my last question, which maybe is the more in-depth one, is why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do? That's like a deep and meaningful philosophical question. I think sometimes in life you go through stuff, and like, you know, both of us have been through a lot of stuff, and it leads you to a point in your life where you have to make a decision. You can either use the crap that you've been through to hold you back, or you can use it to help you to help other people. So for me, I've taken my life education and turned it around, and I'm very, very thankful for it. Yes, sometimes it's painful, but I think there's nothing more that I love to do than sitting down with people and talking to them and giving them the space where they can be themselves.
Thank you, sir. Those were my questions. Over to you.
Those were my questions. Now I'm going to ask Jeroen some questions. You can see, like, sometimes we can be quite formal. So I'm not going to ask you what your name is. Do you have any children?
I do indeed. A daughter of 5 years of age at the moment. Oh no, she's 6 now. She's 6 now, and she was born here in Spain. And Luca, who was born in London, he is 9 now. So yes, son of 9, daughter of 6.
And where do you live?
Well, not far from you, actually. If I look out the window, I can actually see my house. So I also live in Spain.
What would you say is the craziest thing you've ever done?
Jumping out of an airplane. Yeah, that was against all, I don't know, all my natural feelings. Like when you sit in a little aircraft and you look down and you see a little island down below, and all of a sudden the door opens and then someone starts to count down and you actually need to jump out of an airplane. I would say that is the craziest thing that I've done. Very enjoyable afterwards, but during, yeah, there was a lot of adrenaline, which I also do like.
What were some of the thoughts that went through your head?
Well,
if you've read our book Inside Out, you might know some of this.
I would say, oh my God. No, well, it's a 2-day training, and then the actual jumping out of the airplane altogether maybe takes 30 minutes. But they don't tell you everything that can go right. They need to prepare you for everything that can go wrong. So one of the things that can happen when you jump out of an airplane, and the way I did it, well, you can jump out of an airplane attached to someone else, which is a tandem jump. So you're connected to an instructor that knows what he's doing. Then you can actually jump out of an airplane and have a free fall for a certain amount of time, and then you open your own parachute. Or you can jump static line, which is what I did. And that means you jump out of the airplane, and after 3 seconds, because your parachute is connected to a line, it should open automatically, which it did. But one of the things that can go wrong is that you can have a twister, which means that all your cables or all your wires are actually intertwined. So they're all kind of rolled up together, which means you have no control over your parachute. Now, I've been told what to do. So you pull the ropes apart and you make like a cycling motion, which very slowly starts to unwind or untangle your wires. And doing that, it was all sorted and I could actually operate my parachute. But yeah, you can imagine like what goes through your head when that happens. Well, you don't have much time to think, you know. You just need to do what you've been instructed automatically. But yeah, there were a few moments of fear there.
Would you do it again?
Yes. What I want to do now is actually jump and have a free fall, because I can't imagine anything more exciting than just falling and, yeah, then having control of
Superman!
something like that.
If you could be any sweet, what sweet would you be?
That's such a strange question. Well, that can also go all sides of wrong directions. Yes. Yeah, let me be a lollipop. That's it. Next question.
Who inspires you and why?
You inspire me.
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
I didn't pay him.
No, because I know you. Like, I know you very well, and I know everything that you go through, and I see how far you've come, and I see how you kind of still gather strength to keep going every day. And yeah, look at what we've put together here in Spain. It's pretty amazing, and yeah, that inspires me.
Oh. Oh, dear me.
Didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't see that one coming. What's your favorite sport or exercise to do? Because I know how much you love fitness and that kind of thing. So what would you say is your favorite sport or exercise?
I love kickboxing. That's what I've done for many years. And yeah, when people see me, they say, oh, you go to the gym every day. I don't like going to the gym. I don't go to the gym at all. And I have a personal trainer that I see once a week, and he does a circuit, and then, well, he's a martial arts expert. But yeah, then we box, and he holds up the pads, and that's just, yeah, that makes me forget everything else, and at the same time keeps me fit.
What would you say is a highlight of your boxing?
York Hall, 2004, London.
Dun, 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 dun. Round one, ding ding.
Yeah, I never really pushed myself to do any fights, because although I love kickboxing, I'm not a fighter. And I cannot switch or flick that switch that you say, okay, now I'm just fighting and I'm gonna knock someone's lights out. I don't know, it's against my nature. Although when you train and you train and you train, and then all of a sudden I got the opportunity to do white collar fight, which is very safe. You wear head guards, and yeah, not much can happen. But these happened in the York Hall in London, which is quite a famous hall for boxing and other events. And when I did it, I wanted to do it properly. So I invited loads of friends. I even organized a limousine for afterwards. We booked a table in a club.
It's such a playboy.
I felt like one that night. Yes, yeah, it was really, really cool, especially when all the adrenaline is rushing through your veins, and you can hear your friends shouting your name. It is something spectacular, and I'm glad that I did it.
What would you say is a few of your favorite ingredients to have in a juice? Because I know that you introduced me to juicing. It was something that I'd never come across, and it's something that I really, really enjoyed now. But what would you say is some of your favorite ingredients to have in a juice?
Well, I can tell you what I would naturally go for when I make a juice. So when I juice, there will be apple, there will be cucumber, there will be a bit of ginger, there will be a bit of lemon, there will be a bit of avocado. So that will be a very basic juice that I will automatically make. And then you can make it more exciting by putting some red frozen fruits in them to give it more of a kind of a summery, sweet flavor. But that is what automatically comes up when you ask me that question.
And one final question, same one that you asked me. Why do you do what you do?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about helping people. I never really noticed that was something that came naturally to me, because I have been and still are sometimes very, very insecure. Well, it looks on the outside that I got it all together. And when I was younger, I was even more insecure. And I kept attracting people with problems, like with serious problems. And I never really saw a pattern or like, oh, why am I attracting these people? But they kind of felt drawn to me. And I'm still attracting people with problems. But I also kind of, well, do that for a living now, attract people with problems. But for me, there's nothing more satisfying than meeting someone on their journey of wherever they are and being able to reach out and help. And it can be just sitting down and truly listening to what they're saying. And when I have advice, I will give it to them. But sometimes just listening does the job. Someone that can just offload and kind of leave their baggage. And I tell to our guests, I say it here, like, leave your baggage in the mountains here in Spain. We'll look after it so you can go home lighter. And yeah, every week when I see people come in and they're grey and they're a bit tired, and then when the week continues, and then especially at the end of the week, if you see how they come alive and how they glow and they shine brighter and they just, I don't know, it's, yeah, that's what I really like about what I'm doing. I don't even remember what the question was, but I'm sure my answer was in there somewhere. That was a high five.
Yeah, that was a high five. So there you have it. I think that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. Did you enjoy it? Jeroen wants to say something.
I would like to say, you've heard some questions and answers now, but if you have any more questions or things that you would like to know about us, then just, well, I think this is a podcast that will have the opportunity to leave a comment at the bottom. So yeah, please ask anything you would like to know. And I did enjoy this, yes.
We broke Jerome's podcast virginity because, like he said, he was quite nervous, just like I was when we started doing it, and we still are right now, and we probably like can't wait to press stop so that we can just like laugh about it.
And go to the beach.
And go to the beach, apparently. I've just found that out. But yeah, we really hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or comments, like Jeroen said, please leave them in the comments below. If you like it, share it, because you never know who might want to get to know us a little bit better. And please make sure that you subscribe to our channel. And today we were spending some time getting the podcast uploaded to Apple iTunes Store and to Spotify. So hopefully soon that will all be verified. But we really hope that you enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.